Hi, I'm from Mr. Carter's class. This week we have a graveyard field trip, and we started drafting about stories. And we learned about square angles, and we made more online work.
This week in Mr. Carter's class, we had a field trip down to the First Parish graveyard. Most of the graves belong to veterans. We also started drafting all realistic fiction stories. Mine was about people who get lost on a mountain.
This weekend, we walked to the cemetery to clean gravestones. I cleaned 6 gravestones and 2 markers with my mom. I remember a gravestone that had 2 J's.
This week we are writing fiction books My character is a girl named Delana. We also clean gravestones. I cleaned 3, my friend Juliet.
So we started drafting our stories. My story is about a kid named Jake, who's in a race, but he's not the best sailor, so he still needs to train. But then the sailing instructor gives him some tips and also makes him confident. So then he wins, probably narrowly, and we also clean gravestones. And apparently cleaning gravestones is fun. Here now. Done.
This week we went to a graveyard. Me and my friend cleaned a huge grave and a small grave. We're also starting our realistic fiction stories, and we're reading Tiger Rising in Wonder.
Welcome to Blake Weekly. This week we went on to a graveyard to clean graves. We also played Homework Monopoly on Friday, which is basically Monopoly, but you have to do your homework to play it. And we also have a test today, and I hope I did good. And yeah, that's the week.
This week we went on a graveyard field trip and cleaned gravestones. I cleaned at least 2 big ones. And we also drafted a realistic fiction story. Mine is about going to space. We are also learning factor pairs and square numbers. We also use Google Classroom for distance learning. We are also reading Wonder and Tiger Rising. And we also did distance learning on Friday. That is Carter Weekly. Now, bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Andrew. I will be telling you some things we've been doing in class. We are reading 2 books. One is Tiger Rising, the other is Wonder. I like them both. They are both realistic fiction.
This week we went to the cemetery and cleaned headstones. We walked through the woods to get there. We went with Miss Brownburn's class. It was a lot of fun. Today we made cards for someone.
Hi, I'm Luke, and I am making a story about someone who falls out of a crashing plane. And last week, few days ago, we went to the graveyard and cleaned gravestones.
This week in Mr. Carter's 4th grade class, we walked down to the cemetery to clean gravestones. Also, we have a spelling test today. Hopefully I get it right.